Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. We can't be stopped now. Diddy is. Facing 25 plus to life, man. First of all seriousness, we don't condone any activities done by any parties that involves domestic abuse. I ain't gonna say the word, but assaults. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
It's assault.
Yes. So we are having a general open conversation, and I'm gonna make sure I have a disclaimer. My opinion is not based on facts at all. My opinion is based on the surface level info and whether I think something happened or not. So take that with a grain of salt, because there's going to be a lot of people that's maybe not like this video.
Yeah.
But we are literally just reporting what we see and what we know and talking about it.
Yeah.
As usual, thank you for coming to T.G.I.F videos. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Keep the algorithm going.
Comment down below how you feel about the verdict and the trial.
Yeah, so what's your opinion on it?
I guess we could start with the verdict and go backwards.
Yes, that's actually a perfect place to start.
Yeah.
I mean, because legally, let's get to the brass tacks.
Yeah. So he had 5 counts against him.
Right.
The first count was racketeering, conspiracy.
Yeah, that was the RICO charge that he had.
Okay, that was the RICO, whatever that means. Because I'm still not 100% sure what the RICO. I honestly thought RICO was for drug dealers.
A RICO essentially just puts all parties under one umbrella.
Okay.
And racketeering is.
But he was the only one on trial.
Yeah, but they're basically trying to show that he was. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, legal people. But with the racketeering, they would have to prove that he was the leader of a organized crime.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was kind of a reach with the racketeering. But we're gonna get into that after you talk about everything.
Yeah. Do you want to say how we feel about each charge, or
we can go down them. So with the racketeering,
after understanding a little bit more, I feel like that was gonna be not guilty.
That would have been a very hard proof.
Clearly, because
you would have to. I mean, it's a tough thing, man. Because when you dealing with the other charges and all that, where does the racketeering fit in?
Yeah.
Like, where was he? Like, where was he the leader of the organization? I know he was paying people, he was moving things, but was he truly the leader of this criminal organization? I think the prosecution was trying to make a point and make an example out of him, and I think they tried to stack some shit up on him, because it all really stemmed from that Cassie video of her being abused at the hotel, which was not terrible.
Cool. I'm surprised. Well, she did try to sue him, and then they settled. Because I'm like, that was abuse for sure.
That was in civil, though. That's why we got into all of this. So, it's the difference between civil and federal charges. So, all this kind of stems from that. What I will say is, outside looking in, I don't know all the details. I didn't look through all the transcripts. I'm not a lawyer. This is not a legal advice or legal aid or a legal opinion. Just outside looking in, it was hard for me to believe that they was going to make him being a leader of a criminal organization stick.
Yeah.
So that one, I was almost positive, like, that wasn't going to really happen.
The second count was sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Coercion.
For Cassandra Ventura.
By force?
With Cassie.
And
we can pretty much put those two together. He had 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. One with Cassie Ventura, which is Cassie and then Jane,
and then
the
one
other
with
lady.
Jane.
And I think those two, I was kind of on the not guilty side because I think the defensive team he had did a good job at. Here's what it is.
What is considered sex trafficked? Is there a difference between, is sex traffic basically mean pimped out? Is that the same
Essentially,
thing?
but just not even with no income. You forcefully doing it. You forcefully making.
I mean, sometimes I think they did it because they wanted to, but didn't they both show times they didn't want to and then was forced to?
And that's exactly what I was about to go into. See, the problem with that is, this is not me saying he's right. This is me speaking legally. All a defense job is to create reasonable doubt.
Okay,
right?
so that's why he got not guilty. So that makes sense.
It's hard to believe. We got this like catch-22. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you may have did some things. You say we can all just go off of what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that you weren't supposed to do something, and then you show that you were a willing participant. That's the reasonable doubt.
Okay.
You did something on Tuesday that you didn't want to do, but on Wednesday you called and saying you wanted to freak off and this and that. And that's just enough for the defense team to say,
okay,
you want to make this jury of 12 believe that you were just his victim. Not saying it's right, because it's all nasty work. We're just talking about legally it's going to be hard to push that.
Yeah, and prove, yeah. Okay. I see that, why they, got the now guilty on the 3. And
the 2 counts of
transportation to engage in prostitution. I see how they got not guilty on those.
No, those was guilty. He was guilty on those.
Guilty. I'm sorry.
Which makes sense because you paid for it. I mean, you were paying.
Yeah, you transported them to engage in prostitution. Yeah. He did.
And they had evidence of that. That was the only 2 that I thought was going to stick. Because it was proof that he paid. He was paying the escorts to come to the hotel and have sex. Yeah. That's prostitution. So it's hard to do sex. It's hard. You could. It's like one of those slippery slope things.
So, but then that's why I see why the RICO didn't stick, because let's just say I work for Diddy, right? And I see him with these 2, whatever, he got a girlfriend, and I know that they be getting down with some escorts. Escorts are people who choose to get into the business to have sex for money. So that's not forced. They doing it because they want to. That part. But how's it a RICO? Because I'm around and I don't say nothing because I don't know. But I'm sure he was like abusing them in front of people. But we've all seen abuse, like, of other people in front of our eyes and have done nothing. Not saying that it's right, but sometimes you get yourself involved in somebody's abuse and then the next day they back with that person. So then you did all that for nothing.
And especially in that world.
Yeah.
Where he is the puppet master to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily being a crime lord, but just off the sense of he got the money.
Yeah.
Highly weird. All that shit is true. All that niggas touching and females getting touched and doing this and bodies moving and all that. It's already a weird way to be in. And then now you feel like your job is contingent on it. He got old boy going to get baby oil and stuff. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but
does that make you a drug kingpin?
Or forcing people to,
it's all nasty work. No one's disagreeing that Diddy a nasty nigga.
Yeah, I gathered from this case, Diddy a freaky man.
A nasty nigga. I was just looking at
abusive.
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause that part is crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you knew this.
Is it just to women? That I don't know.
I mean, they say he tried to kill Kid Cudi, but it didn't.
But that was over a woman, though, right?
Yeah.
He didn't physically touch Kid Cudi. He just tried to kill him, which is crazy.
Yeah. So crazy. I don't know if you knew this part.
Listen, you tried to kill him, but you don't want us to believe you possibly killed Kim Porter. Possibly killed.
I think I came out of there personally. But he used the
allegedly.
Right? He used the defense team used the domestic abuse as an argument to fight against the charges. So they basically said, yes, Diddy's abusive. Yes, the video of him beating Cassie is true. It happened. Although it did, he is not he's not getting charged with domestic abuse file. If he was getting charged with domestic abuse, he would have pled guilty. However, although he's domestically abusive, all these things happen in a consensual relationship. And I think that was just enough to sway that jury.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat women. Yeah, he knocking these motherfuckers out. That's not right, but he does it. However, just because he does that don't mean he's sex trafficking. And I think that was just enough on top of having evidence of them willingly participating was just enough to be not guilty.
Yeah, they said that they had evidence of the women calling the escort.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing with the people. I think it's like one of them things where you have the legal part of what is going on, he's not guilty and all that, and then you got the public opinion. And the people with the public opinion don't know how the legal stuff work or the legal terms. So everybody like, oh, he had money and the world is messed up and y'all just gonna let him get away with it. And it's like, he's for sure nasty. He's for sure a wild nigga. Legally, them charges didn't really make sense.
What the charges
they
are.
Was trying to, it's like they got him and they tried to push the envelope and make an example out of him.
Because you definitely had that transportation for sure.
But we knew the prostitution was going to stick. I mean, you paying for that, but how many else ain't true?
And then the funny thing is, if it was other women who he was actually forcing, it's the fact. Here's the thing. It's already hard to convince people when women are in regular, not even celebrity, like regular, schmegular people in abusive relationships. It's hard for regular people sometimes not to feel like the woman dumb or she want to be there or she okay with it because she chooses to stay. So they should have known. So just him being a celebrity it was going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, if people in relationships do stuff sometimes just to keep the other person happy, even when they don't want to do it, and then not just them people, like I said, regular people. So, all right, if you asking regular people to judge the case to say guilty or not guilty, that's why we got the verdict that we got.
Yes. So here's the question then. Now that we got to the point where, because now I think he was facing 25 life. Now the highest penalty for those two, and those are consecutive together, is 10 years or nothing.
How long has he been in jail?
A year.
Okay.
So and that year can run concurrent, which means they can add that to the time. So the question is he going to get out? Are they going to add more time to him? But regardless, the most he can do is 10 years. And from what I'm hearing, he's not even going to do close to that 10.
I heard that.
So it's a win for him when you was facing 25 to life.
Yeah, that is a win because 25 to life.
Handful of years.
Yeah.
If not nothing, depending on how the judge,
They said that they're not going back to court till October though. He got to wait in jail till then.
So, he got the money. I'm sure he's going to work something out. Trust, believe. So here comes the question. He gets out. Maybe he does. Maybe he gets time served. Maybe he does 2 or 3 years. However the case. Does Sean Puffy, Diddy, Puff Daddy, Love, the D, the I, the D, the Y. Does he come back from, how does he bounce back with public perception? Does his career continue? Does he still keep making music? Or do you think he just walks off into the sunset?
I think he's still going to be out here. Because there's people who don't care.
It's a lot of people that don't care. It's a lot of people who are blaming the women, which is crazy. I think what we're talking about is all outside looking in and face value. We don't condone none of this shit. I'm speaking for the T.G.I.F video. We don't condone none of that shit. But there are a lot of people who looking at it like, man, Cash knew what the fuck she was doing. And whether she knew what she was doing or not, no one deserves to be beaten outside of a hotel they're trying to leave.
Or forced to do something when they're telling you, like, I don't want to. Absolutely.
It's all nasty work. But like you said, we in a world where people got short-term memory. And when he get out, that fucking DVD, that fucking CD, well, he gonna drop a triple disc album on these niggas.
I don't think he gonna do music. I think he gonna try to stay out the way and make money under the, without being seen.
Man, then he gonna be back.
He's still
outside.
Gonna be out here. Well, according to the case, he was still having his little freak offs after he got busted. After they raided his house. Hey, them video, the audios of him in jail. Yeah, take those pizza boxes.
That's
you heard
crazy.
That audio? Yeah. Get rid of all them pizza.
Nigga,
and his son was so confused. It sounded like to me. He like, pizza boxes.
His son was the only one who didn't know what the fuck was going on. Everybody else knew. How you don't know the fuck going on? The fans probably listening like, we know you're not talking about pizza boxes, nigga.
Also, someone said that he should sue Cassie after this.
He's not gonna do that.
I feel like boy, just bow out gracefully.
He understands that he has a win. He understands what worked out. That would be, no matter what, you still got the video that was out of you beating her. So
yeah,
I don't think that would. He knows he already looked wild, but that would make him look like
make him look crazy.
Yeah, so he's not gonna do that. Prayers to everybody, man. Prayers to him. I hope he get help. I hope that he
understands that he's wrong. Because some people, they gonna play right. They gonna play goodies to get out, and then when they get out, they go back to
right back at it.
Hopefully he understands. Hey, instead of making the women have sex with the man, just to go ahead and hop out there and do it, bro.
He gonna be just like mine.
It's 2025. Ain't nobody gonna care.
The next day out, he gonna be right back like Will Ferrell on Ladies Man.
Oil?
No, that's all right.
Oh. Well, I'm still going to enjoy this. But definitely not as much. Are you sure you don't want just a dab? It's a lemon essence, and it is delightful.
Just do it yourself when they don't want to do it. You don't need them. Do it yourself.
Yeah,
or have a multiple women. That way, when one don't want to do it, you have another one on deck who will.
Well, he talking to men too because it came out that he was having sex with the guys too. So
well then what's the problem?
Diddy was Diddying. That's all. Diddy was Diddying. That's all I gotta say.
So much came out of that case. I don't even know how he gonna show his face after this. I'd be so embarrassed.
The same. He not.
It came out. He take the blue pills and he have a hard time getting it up, and he like to rub men's special juice.
That's crazy
on him.
Man, I was thinking the whole time as I was seeing parts of what the case was going on. I feel bad for Cassie's husband. I mean, you hear about your wife getting pissed in her mouth.
I felt bad for the kids.
Oh my!
Forget the husband, because I feel like he probably knew.
I don't know if you knew all that.
No, because if I'm going to a case and I know stuff about to be coming out, I'm telling my husband ahead of time. I want to prepare you before you even get in the courtroom. What you about to hear?
Came home. She tried to be like, baby, I'd be like, Denzel Washington, you get your fucking hands off me.
You get your fucking hands off me.
I guarantee you that, so you don't touch me again. Nigga, get your hands off me, nigga.
I'm not gonna lie. I understand you're not supposed to judge people for their past, but I know he be at home like, you ain't mad. Look. And you wouldn't do that one thing I wanted you to do.
Why you gotta say nasty shit, Ray? Because I'm a nasty motherfucker.
Not to make fun of the situation. It's just,
you gotta laugh at pain, man. That's it, man. I do feel bad for everybody, though, man.
Yeah.
Even Diddy. I'm an empathetic person, like. I mean,
yeah, because it's business out there, but I'm glad.
No, not even that. I mean, right should be right.
No, all the bad stuff that came out is fine, but some of the things that he liked sexually, I'm sure he didn't want the whole world to know. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
but hey,
I mean, you gotta feel
listen, now you ain't got nothing to hide. If anybody mess with Diddy when he get out, we know what they doing now.
Nigga, go make a house music album and just keep it real. You got there, go away, man, go away, man, go away, man.
Oh, no, he didn't. Miss Peaches?
But yeah, man, I mean, pieces and blessings to everybody, man. We just wanted to talk and give our point of view on it, maybe bring some light to and some information that you may not know. I know people be having opinions, they don't be knowing shit about what's really going on.
Yeah.
He was talking about racketeering, what, he was playing tennis or something? My mama got the rackets at home. What they talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we just wanted to get a little bit of clarity on the case, give our opinions, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, create your own opinions. If you think he's right, if you think he's wrong, if you don't care, if you do care, that's your prerogative. At the end of the day, God is the true judge of all of this at the end of the day. Because I know I got my own shit I got to talk to him about when I get to the pearly gates. Like, look, Lord, in my defense. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, hear me out real quick.
So he say, Gary, come here. Now I know what you about to say. Before we even get started on that, I got a good reason why I did that shit. No, but at the end of the day, man, you know, peace to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I pray everyone can be happy and blessed. I pray that Diddy can see the flaws in his certain. And another point I want to bring up real quick. We so quick to judge. We don't know the trauma that Diddy has neither. Because
yeah, that too. True.
We don't know what he had to deal with. Not giving him an excuse. When I say this is not an excuse.
It's not an excuse.
But it is true that a lot of people have trauma. There are sex assault victims who become assault doers.
Abusers.
Yes.
Here's the thing too. That tells you sometimes based on what people do or how they are, it'll tell you it can't tell you what happened to them, but it'll let you know a little piece of something that they might have been through in their life to make them, because people just don't turn out like that for no reason. I feel like
you don't wake up to this. It's some underlying trauma, you know what I'm saying? And having money, having drugs, having access, because that's what money brings you, having power, having that, and you ain't got all your stuff together, it's going to open up a Pandora box of stuff like this. So, as the old school people would say, get your house in order.
All right, y'all. Comment down below. Don't do too much now. Don't do too much on us. We just doing a lighthearted, reaction. But comment down below how y'all feel about the case, the verdicts. Do you agree with not necessarily the verdicts, but how they could have came to that? Because that's what basically we're talking about. Do we understand how they came to the conclusion of choosing not guilty or guilty for each count?
And at the end of the day, it was a jury of 12. The prosecutor had their argument. The defense didn't have the witnesses. They just kind of reversed everything that the prosecutor was saying. Oh, he did this. Well, didn't you do it too? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like that. But they both gave their arguments, and it was a jury of 12 that decided. So we gotta always take that into account. This is America, as Nino Brown said. This is America. It's the law.
Don't get mad, Tito. It's the law.
Sucks, huh?
Right. Yeah, so comment down below about that. Also, comment down below where you from to let us know if you and also if you watched the whole trial or not. Comment down below if you have done that.
Yeah, put us on game. We got some misinformation, because I gave a disclaimer in the beginning. We don't know shit. A wise man know that he knows nothing.
We know a little bit, yeah. Not too much.
She gonna clean it up. We know a little bit. Fuck what you talking about. He don't know shit. I know a little bit. We don't know shit. So if you got something you want to rebuttal, I say we're always open to open dialogue, because we love y'all, and it's always love. Not the Diddy love, but like the
regular
love, regular love.
Consensual.
That God love.
Yeah.
Consensual. Before we do this, girl, you sign this. Make sure.
Right.
All right, man. T.G.I.F videos out.